Question number 1. Which was the first satellite of India? The correct answer is Aryabhatta. Additional fact, launched on 19th April 1975 from the Soviet Union, named after the ancient Indian mathematician Aryabhatta. 2. Who was the founder of the Maurya dynasty? The correct answer is Chandragupta Maurya. Additional fact, he established the Mauryan Empire in 322 BCE with the guidance of Chanakya, Kautilya. 3. When is Earth Day celebrated? The correct answer is 22nd April. Additional fact, Earth Day was first observed in 1970 and focuses on environmental protection. 4. Which vitamin is obtained from sunlight? The correct answer is vitamin D. Additional fact, vitamin D helps calcium absorption and supports bone health. 5. Who is the author of the Ramayana? The correct answer is Valmiki. Additional fact, Valmiki is known as the Adi Kavi, first poet, of Sanskrit literature. 6. When were the first general elections held in India? The correct answer is 1951-52. Additional fact, over 173 million voters participated in India's first general election. 7. Which award is given in the field of Indian cinema? The correct answer is Dadasaheb Phalke Award. Additional fact, it is India's highest award in cinema and was instituted in 1969. 8. What is the current maximum strength of the Lok Sabha? The correct answer is 545. Additional fact, the constitutional maximum is 552. Currently there are 543 elected members. 9. Which state has the highest population in India? The correct answer is Uttar Pradesh. Additional fact, according to Census 2011, Uttar Pradesh has over 199 million people. 10. Under which article can the President declare a national emergency? The correct answer is Article 352. Additional fact, national emergency has been declared 3 times, 1962, 1971 and 1975. 11. Which is the wettest place on earth? The correct answer is Mawasynram, Meghalaya. Additional fact, average annual rainfall exceeds 11,800 millimeters. 12. India shares its borders with how many countries? The correct answer is 9. Additional fact, India has land borders with 7 countries and maritime boundaries with Sri Lanka and Maldives. 13. What is the boundary between India and Pakistan called? The correct answer is Radcliffe Line. Additional fact, it was drawn in 1947 by Sir Cyril Radcliffe. 14. What is the boundary between India and China called? The correct answer is McMahon Line. Additional fact, it was proposed during the Shimla Convention of 1914. 15. Which is the largest country in the world by area? The correct answer is Russia. Additional fact, Russia spans Europe and Asia and covers over 17 million sq km. 16. In which year did Delhi become the capital of India? The correct answer is 1911. Additional fact, the capital shifted from Calcutta during the Delhi Darbar. 17. In which state is red sandalwood mainly found? The correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. Additional fact, red sandalwood is a protected species valued for medicinal uses. 18. Which is the major ethnic group in Sri Lanka? The correct answer is Sinhalese. Additional fact, they constitute around 75% of Sri Lanka's population. 19. When is the millet crop Bajra harvested? The correct answer is October to November. Additional fact, Bajra is a kharif crop grown in arid regions. 20. What is the northernmost range of the Himalayas called? The correct answer is Himadri. Additional fact, it is also known as the Greater Himalayas. 21. Who was the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest twice? The correct answer is Santosh Yadav. Additional fact, she achieved the feat in 1992 and 1993. 22. Which state produces the highest amount of gold in India? The correct answer is Karnataka. Additional fact, the Kolar gold fields are historically important. 23. When is Human Rights Day observed? The correct answer is 10th December. Additional fact, The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted on this date in 1948. 24. Who is the Supreme Commander of the Indian Armed Forces? The correct answer is the President of India. Additional fact: operational control rests with the chiefs of the armed forces. 25. Which state produces the most oranges in India? The correct answer is Maharashtra. Additional fact: Nagpur is popularly known as the Orange City. 26. How many countries are there in the world? The correct answer is 195. Additional fact: this includes 193 UN member states and 2 observer states. 27. In which country was coronavirus first detected? The correct answer is China. Additional fact: COVID-19 was first reported in Wuhan in late 2019. 28. In which year did the Jallianwala Bagh massacre take place? The correct answer is 1919. Additional fact: the incident occurred on 13th April 1919 in Amritsar. 29. What is the C unit of electric current? The correct answer is ampere, A. Additional fact: the unit is named after French physicist André-Marie Ampère. 30. Which lake is located in Odisha? The correct answer is Chilika Lake. Additional fact: it is Asia's largest brackish water lagoon. 31. Which Indian state receives the highest rainfall? The correct answer is Meghalaya. Additional fact: Mawasindram and Cherrapunji are located here. 32. Which country experiences the most earthquakes? The correct answer is Japan. Additional fact: Japan lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire. 33. Which river is the longest in the world? The correct answer is Nile River. Additional fact: the Nile flows through 11 countries in Africa. 34. Which was the first nuclear power plant in India? The correct answer is Tarapur Atomic Power Station. Additional fact: located in Maharashtra, it started operations in 1969. 35. Which movement was related to the protection of trees? The correct answer is Chipko movement. Additional fact: it began in 1973 in present-day Uttarakhand. 36. Which is the largest port in India? The correct answer is Mumbai Port. Additional fact: Deen Dayal Port leads in cargo handling. 37. How many schedules are there in the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is 12. Additional fact: originally, the Constitution had 8 schedules. 38. Which Mughal emperor built the Red Fort in Delhi? The correct answer is Shah Jahan. Additional fact: construction began in 1638. 39. Which vitamin deficiency causes scurvy? The correct answer is vitamin C. Additional fact: symptoms include bleeding gums and fatigue. 40. Which Indian ruler reformed the revenue system for the first time? The correct answer is Sher Shah Suri. Additional fact: his land revenue reforms influenced Akbar. 41. Where are railway coaches manufactured in India? The correct answer is Kapurthala. Additional fact: the rail coach factory was established in 1986. 42. Where was the Azad Hind Fauj reorganized? The correct answer is Singapore. Additional fact: Subhash Chandra Bose reorganized it in 1943. 43. Which animal's milk did humans first consume? The correct answer is goat. Additional fact: goats were among the earliest domesticated animals. 44. Which is the fastest running animal in the world? The correct answer is cheetah. Additional fact: it can reach speeds of around 110 km per hour. 45. Which Indian state does not touch the sea? The correct answer is Punjab. Additional fact: India has 9 coastal states and 4 coastal union territories. 46. Which part of the cell is known as the powerhouse of the cell? The correct answer is mitochondria. Additional fact: they generate energy in the form of ATP. 47. Royal Enfield is a company of which country? The correct answer is India. Additional fact: the brand is owned by Eicher Motors. 48. Where is the Sas Bahu temple located? The correct answer is Udaipur. Additional fact: it is located in Nagda near Udaipur. 49. What is India's rank in the world in terms of area? The correct answer is 7th. Additional fact, India covers about 3.28 million sq km. 50. Which bird is the national bird of India? The correct answer is peacock. Additional fact, it was declared the national bird in 1963. 51. Durian is the national fruit of which country? The correct answer is Malaysia. Additional fact, durian is known as the king of fruits. 52. Which planet is known as the red planet? The correct answer is Mars. Additional fact, its reddish appearance is due to iron oxide. 53. Who gave the slogan Jai Jawan Jai Kisan? The correct answer is Lal Bahadur Shastri. Additional fact, the slogan was coined in 1965. 54. What is the chemical formula of water? The correct answer is HO. Additional fact, water covers about 71% of Earth's surface. 55. In which year was the Indian National Congress established? The correct answer is 1885. Additional fact, A.O. Hume played a key role in its formation. 56. Which is the longest river in India? The correct answer is Ganga. Additional fact, the Ganga basin supports about 40% of India's population. 57. Who was the first Home Minister of India? The correct answer is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Additional fact, he is known as the Iron Man of India. 58. What is the total number of articles in the Indian Constitution? The correct answer is 448. Additional fact, originally, there were 395 articles. 59. What is the pH value of human blood? The correct answer is 7.4. Additional fact, normal blood pH ranges from 7.35 to 7.45. 60. Which is the largest continent in the world? The correct answer is Asia. Additional fact, Asia accounts for about 30% of Earth's land area. 61. Who is known as the father of computer? The correct answer is Charles Babbage. Additional fact, he designed the analytical engine. 62. In which year did the First World War begin? The correct answer is 1914. Additional fact, the war lasted until 1918. 63. Where is the headquarters of RBI located? The correct answer is Mumbai. Additional fact, the RBI was established in 1935. 64. Which river is known as the Dakshin Ganga? The correct answer is Godavari. Additional fact, it is the second longest river in India. 65. Who was the first person to walk on the moon? The correct answer is Neil Armstrong. Additional fact, Apollo 11 landed on the moon in 1969. 66. Which is the highest mountain peak in India? The correct answer is Kanchenjunga. Additional fact, its height is 8,586 meters. 67. Which gas is mainly responsible for the greenhouse effect? The correct answer is carbon dioxide. Additional fact, major greenhouse gases also include methane and nitrous oxide. 68. In which year was Niti Aayog established? The correct answer is 2015. Additional fact, it replaced the Planning Commission. 69. Which Indian leader is known as the Missile Man of India? The correct answer is A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Additional fact, he was the 11th President of India. 70. What percentage of the Earth's surface is covered with water? The correct answer is 71%. Additional fact, about 97% of this water is saline. 71. In which year was the Planning Commission of India established? The correct answer is 1950. Additional fact, it was replaced by Niti Aayog in 2015. 72. Which is the largest gland in the human body? The correct answer is liver. Additional fact, the liver performs over 500 vital functions. 73. When is National Science Day celebrated in India? The correct answer is 28th February. Additional fact, it marks the discovery of the Raman effect. 74. Who was the permanent chairman of the Constituent Assembly? The correct answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Additional fact, The Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949. 75. From which part of a plant is coffee made? The correct answer is seed. Additional fact, coffee beans are actually seeds of coffee cherries. 76. Where is Kedarnath temple located? The correct answer is Uttarakhand. Additional fact, it is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. 77. Which flower blooms once every 12 years? The correct answer is Neelkurinji. Additional fact, it is found in the Western Ghats. 78. Aadhaar card was first issued in which state? The correct answer is Maharashtra. Additional fact, the first Aadhaar number was issued in 2010. 79. What was the old name of Uttar Pradesh before 1950? The correct answer is United Provinces. Additional fact, it was renamed Uttar Pradesh on 24 January 1950. 80. What is the national animal of India? The correct answer is Royal Bengal tiger. Additional fact, it replaced the lion as national animal in 1973. 81. Which region is called the roof of the world? The correct answer is Tibet. Additional fact, the Tibetan Plateau is the world's highest plateau. 82. Which country has the largest economy in the world by nominal GDP? The correct answer is United States of America. Additional fact, it is followed by China. 83. In which state does the sun rise first in India? The correct answer is Arunachal Pradesh. Additional fact, Dong Valley is famous for witnessing the first sunrise. 84. Where is the National Defense Academy located? The correct answer is Khadkwasla. Additional fact, it is near Pune in Maharashtra. 85. What is the national fruit of India? The correct answer is mango. Additional fact, India is one of the world's largest mango producers. 86. Which animal can clean its ears with its tongue? The correct answer is giraffe. Additional fact, a giraffe's tongue can be about 45 to 50 cm long. 87. What is the name of Lal Bahadur Shastri's Samadhi? The correct answer is Vijay Ghat. Additional fact, it is located in New Delhi. 88. Where is Jantar Mantar located? The correct answer is Delhi. Additional fact, there are 5 Jantar Mantars in India. 89. Under which article is national emergency declared? The correct answer is Article 352. Additional fact, the 44th Amendment added safeguards against misuse. 90. Which was the first state formed on a linguistic basis? The correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. Additional fact, it was created in 1953. 91. Which is India's highest waterfall? The correct answer is Kuchikal Falls. Additional fact, it is located in Karnataka. 92. From which language is the word monsoon derived? The correct answer is Arabic. Additional fact, it comes from the Arabic word mausam meaning season. 93. Which state is the largest producer of potatoes in India? The correct answer is Uttar Pradesh. Additional fact, the state contributes over 30% of India's potato production. 94. Which state is most affected by cyclones in India? The correct answer is Odisha. Additional fact, the Bay of Bengal experiences more cyclones than the Arabian Sea. 95. Which country lies to the west of India? The correct answer is Pakistan. Additional fact, India shares its longest land border with Bangladesh. 96. Who is the richest woman in India? The correct answer is Savitri Jindal. Additional fact, her wealth comes primarily from the Jindal Group. 97. Which city was India's capital before Delhi? The correct answer is Kolkata. Additional fact, Calcutta served as the capital until 1911. 98. Which is India's national anthem? The correct answer is Jana Gana Mana. Additional fact, it was adopted on 24 January 1950. 99. Who wrote the Indian national anthem Jana Gana Mana? The correct answer is Rabindranath Tagore. Additional fact, Tagore won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. 100. Which is the highest civilian award in India? The correct answer is Bharat Ratna. Additional fact, it was instituted in 1954.